It was a violent night in Portland with 4 different shootings spread out across the city. 2 of the shootings were in Northeast and another 2 were in Southeast. 2 people were hit and hospitalized in these shootings. One of those was a 15-year-old girl in the shooting at Northeast 82nd and Gleason. She walked into a hospital with gunshot wounds. However, those were not considered life-threatening. Also in Northeast last night, 3 teens were caught shoplifting at a plaid pantry on Northeast Columbia near 63rd. The store employee confronted the teens and asked them to leave the store. He told police one of the teens then spit on him, and when the suspects walked outside, shots were then fired back into the store. The employee was not hit. No one was injured. And in Southeast Portland, multiple gunshots were fired into a home with people inside. This was along Southeast 72nd near Duke. At least 9 bullets hit that home. Bullets went right through the living room and bedroom walls. Fortunately, no one was injured. A man was shot along Southeast Powell near 92nd. Police arrived on scene and they found blood, bullet casings, and a vehicle hit by gunfire. A short time later, a man checked himself into a hospital with a gunshot wound. His injuries are considered serious, but not life-threatening, at least as of now. If you have any information on any of these shootings we just talked about, please contact Portland Police. Crime Stoppers of Oregon is also offering up to $2,500 in reward money for information that leads to.
We start with recent violence, which is a symptom of a larger issue happening in Portland, with this year, 2020, being one of the most violent years in the city's history.
And the stunning number, about 900 shootings this year. That's a 130% increase over last year. Wayne Haverly is digging deeper into the city's crime problem and joins us live tonight from Northeast Portland.
Yeah, this rise in violent crime, it is unprecedented in Portland's history. And unfortunately, this past weekend here in Portland, it was another violent one. 2020 saw violent crime in Portland rise soon after the start of the pandemic. Then social unrest and rioting pushed the violence even higher. This afternoon, we learned 33-year-old Jaron Weeks just became the 53rd homicide victim in the city this year, the most in Portland since a wave of gang violence in the early 90s. Weeks was killed Christmas morning in an apartment building in the Lloyd district. A second shooting victim was hospitalized, and the shooter remains on the loose. Saturday night, Portland experienced 4 separate shootings, putting 2 more people in the hospital. In addition, this phone video shows a truck ramming a patrol car, putting a Portland officer in the hospital with a broken pelvis. She's still there, and the truck driver is on the loose.
We're really hoping for her speedy recovery and that she is able to be released sometime soon.
But it's not just gun violence. 53-year-old Trendlin Brewer was arrested for a series of random attacks on people with a baseball bat. Violent behavior is spread much like the COVID virus in 2020, creating unprecedented challenges for officers trying to keep the peace.
They know that we're busy. People were more emboldened to carry firearms and use them against each other. And not only 1 or 2 shots, but multiple rounds. There's been thousands of rounds fired in the city this year, and it's very unfortunate for the community.
The Portland Police Bureau also faces a wave of retirements and resignations. Since the protests and riots started in June, 74 officers have left the Bureau. I'm told another 25 to 32 are expected to leave by the end of January.
We're at about 865 sworn members right now to cover all of the work that needs to be done, and so to say that we're a lean organization is probably an understatement. And the city has no plan to replace all of those people in the coming months. And remember, when you hire an officer here in Portland, it takes about 2 weeks for that officer, or 2 years for that officer to be trained and to actually get out on the streets. Back to you.